This video goes over the division challenge that we did in class. So you need to have your in-class practice spreadsheet open from Google Drive. And what we're going to do is add a worksheet tab in called division. So you want to go to the lower left corner, hit the plus sign. It gives you a new sheet. You're just going to rename it and call it division. And if you want to change it to a different color, you can. Okay, what we're doing on this division challenge is I explained to the students that we're going to pretend that you have a test coming up worth 60 points and that you want to see what your grade would be, what your percentage grade would be based on what your score was on that test. So what you'll want to do is think about how that normally looks. Like when you get a test back, it normally has two numbers on it. It'll have a fraction. The denominator will be however many points your test was worth. And then the numerator, the number on top, would be what you scored on that test. And then if you were typing it into a calculator, like let's say you missed 2 on a 60-point test, you would get your paper back and it would have 58/60, meaning 58 out of 60. So if you're going to type that into a calculator, you would type 58 divided by 60, and it would come back with a decimal number that you could look at and turn into a percent to see what you got on the test. So we're going to start off in column A. You're going to want to put all your possible numerators, so the amount you could have gotten on your test. Okay, so it's a 60-point test, so you could have missed 0, so it could be 60. If you missed 1, it would be 59, and so on. So you're going to want to use autofill to fill the rest of this out. It could get bad if you didn't study at all. You could theoretically miss them all. Okay, so if you scroll down, you could go all the way down to that you got 0 out of 60. I doubt that would happen, but just in case, you've got it there. Then in column B, you are going to put the number that would represent the denominator, the number on the bottom, and that's what your test was worth. Okay, so that's 60 points I told you. Okay. And 60 would go all the way down because your test is always worth 60 points, this particular example. So we're going to use autofill to copy that down. Because this is not a pattern, because we just want it to copy 60 down, I don't have to highlight anything. I just have to be clicked on the 60, hold my mouse over the autofill box, click and drag down, and this is going to fill all of this up with 60. Okay. All right, so now in column C, what we want to do is we want to divide whatever is in column A by whatever is in column B. So we're going to build a formula to do this. If we were to use our functions, we would go here, and notice division doesn't show up here. So you could look, you could go to more functions, and you'll see over here on the right-hand side, similarly to where we found multiply on the last video, you'll see divide. It shows us that's our function that we would use. So we'll switch back to our tab. We're going to use the equal sign because every formula starts with that. And then we're going to start typing divide. D-I-V, and you'll see it's trying to help us here. Okay, divide one number divided by another number. So we're going to click on that, and it's telling us we first want our dividend. That's the numerator. So I'm going to click on A1. Then I'm going to put a comma. I'm typing the comma from my keyboard. And then my divisor is my denominator. In this case, how much the test was worth. So I'm going to click on B1 and hit enter on my keyboard. Okay. Notice it came up as a 1. This is where number formatting is important. Okay. Remember we talked about formatting in the last video. We're going to come up here and you'll notice here's format as a percent. If we click that, it's going to format this as a percent. But notice it still has those pesky 2 decimals. So we can get rid of those by coming up here to the decrease decimal button, decrease, decrease. And now it looks like what you would see if you got a test back or an assignment back. It would say 100%, not 100.00. All right, so we have our formula completed and we have it formatted the way we want it to. Now we're going to use autofill to complete it for the rest of the rows. So I'm holding my mouse over the autofill button. I'm going to click and drag down. This is going to go all the way down, all my rows, and then let go. Okay. So again, let's check it. Let's see if we missed 8, if we got a 52 out of 60. I'm clicking here in cell B9, and I'm looking up here. This is what's truly in the cell, the formula, A9 divided by B9, and that's what I want. Okay, that shows me that I would have received an 87% if I missed 8.